Economic second lesson, employment in India and Tamil Nadu. Introduction. The basic needs of every human being are food, clothes and shelter. In the present world, one more essential need has to be added in this list, that is employment. But in this present world, fourth essential need has to be added. What is the fourth essential thing? Basic need. Yes, employment. To survive in this world, we all need employment to earn money. To live in this world, we all need employment for what? For earning money. Those who are engaged in economic activities in whatever capacity, high or low, are called employees. Those who are doing jobs, doing employment, they all are called employees. People who employ these workers and pay rewards for their work are called employers. People who give job and who give payment to these workers are called employees. Employment structure in India. The nature of employment in India is multidimensional. Some get employment throughout the year, some others get employed for only a few months in a year. Some get employment throughout the year. What is the meaning? Government job people get employment throughout the year. They get salary throughout the year. Some others get employed for only a few months in a year. Some people are working as a coolie. That kind of people get employed only a few months in a year. The economy is classified into three sectors: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. First one, primary sector. Agricultural sector is known as a primary sector. What is the another word for primary sector? Agriculture sector, in which agricultural operations are undertaken. In primary sectors, all agricultural operations are undertaken. Agricultural based activities, protection of raw materials such as cattle farm, fishing, mining, forestry are also undertaken. So, in this primary sector, agricultural, fishing, mining, coal are undertaken. What is the meaning for raw materials? Raw materials are the substances used in the primary production. So, what is the meaning for substances? Helping material. Okay, this raw material is the helping material. The secondary sector. Secondary sector is otherwise called as industrial sector. Goods and commodities are produced by transforming the raw materials. In this sector, all goods and commodities means things, all goods and things are converted into semi-finished products. Important industries are iron and steel industry, cotton textile industry, jute industry, sugar industry and cement industries. These all are the example for the secondary sector. So, what is secondary sector? These secondary sector converted all raw materials into semi-finished products. Tertiary sector, that is service sector. Tertiary sector is known as service sector, which includes government, scientific research, transport, communication and trade, postal, telegraph. So, these all services are called tertiary sector. The structure of employment denotes the number of workers engaged in different sectors of the economy. Though the occupational pattern varies from one country to another, one can find in developing countries like India that a large workforce will be engaged in primary sector. So, in India, most of the people are doing agriculture. So, developing countries like India, large workforce will be engaged in primary sector. So, what is the example for primary sector? Agricultural, fishing and forestry. While a small portion is secondary and tertiary sector. So, there is very small portion of people working in next two sectors. What are they? Secondary and tertiary sectors. Types of employment: organized and unorganized sectors. Organized sector. The organized sector is one that is incorporate with the appropriate authority or government and follows appropriate rules and regulations. Boys, this organized sector is nothing but government owned industry, that is called organized sector. So they are doing all things in proper way. That means they got proper approval, they followed rules and regulations properly. In India, employees of central and state governments, banks, railways, insurance, industry and so on can be called as organized sector. So all government job industries and factories are called organized sector. This sector works according to certain rules and regulations given in the law. These sectors follow certain rules and regulations. Organized sector has some formal processes and procedures. The employees in this sector are provided with job security and receive higher wages than those of the unorganized sectors. So wages means salary. These government job people get more salary than unorganized sector. Organized sector gives good salary, fixed working hours, paid holidays and provides medical allowance and insurance also. Next we are going to see about unorganized sector. Unorganized sector. The unorganized sector of the economy characterized by the household manufacturing activity and small scale industry. Boys, this unorganized sector is nothing but private industries and people who are doing private jobs, okay, self jobs, okay, self employment, that is called unorganized sector. Jobs here are low paid and often not regular. Mostly they do not have paid leave, holiday, leave due to sickness and so on. These kind of people don't get any medical allowance, any holidays and leave due to sickness. Employment is not secure. Secure means safety. When there is no work, people are asked to leave the job. If there is no work, like this lockdown time, people are asked to leave their job. This sector includes a large number of people who are employed on their own, doing small jobs such as selling on the street, doing repair work and so on. Some people are selling vegetables and fruits in our streets, no? That people are called unorganized sector. Public sector versus private sector. Economic activities are classified into public and private sector based on who owns, assists and is responsible for the delivery of services. Differences between the public sector and private sector. Public sector, service motive. Private sector, profit motive. This private sector see all the business in only profit motive. Public sector, government leads this. Private sector, private individuals leads this. Public sector, wages are paid by the government, salary is given by the government. Private sector, wages are paid by the owner of the private companies, salary is given by the owner of private companies. The sectors, public sector, local government, central government, national industries, these kind of industries and these kind of jobs are called public sector. Private sector, unincorporated, that means sole trader, partnership work, private limited company, public limited company, and these all are called unincorporated and incorporated. Unincorporated is divided into sole trader and partnership, incorporated is divided into private limited and public limited. Employment pattern. In recent years, there has been a change in the employment pattern. The trends are increasing self-employment. Nowadays, self-employment increased. Groups using full-time employees and tending to offer more short-term contracts. People are doing many contract works nowadays. There has been a growth in part-time employment. We can see a good growth in part-time employment. Employment trends in Tamil Nadu. Agriculture, despite a sharp decline in gross domestic product, continues to be the largest employer in Tamil Nadu. So, in Tamil Nadu, most of the people doing agriculture. This is because the non-agriculture sectors are yet to generate enough employment. So, non-agriculture sector districts and countries or yet to generate enough employment or not getting enough employment till now. Boys, in this lesson we saw about employment structure in India, types of employment and employment pattern. Thank you.